David, Kim, Panozzo Team. We're doing a different type of vlog today. This is vlog number 18. Under the current conditions of what's going on, not only here in Arizona and across globally, we've had a lot of our clients reaching out to us and just kind of asking, hey, what's going on with the market? We have some clients that are in the process of their homes are actually listed. There's a few that are thinking about listing. And then we're also working with a good handful of buyers that some of them are first-time home buyers. Some of them are retiring and they're looking for their forever home. We reached out to Tina Tamboer. She is the statistician of the Cromford report. And we wanted to go over some historic occurrences that have happened in the past, the crash of 2008, and let's look at the big picture, give you that 100,000 foot elevation and really look at what's currently going on and what to expect. So follow along and hopefully we can shed some light on this for you guys and it'll be informative. We are down here right now in the Biltmore area. It is roughly about 1 o'clock and it's a ghost town. It's kind of crazy and it's kind of eerie all combined together. And so we've invited Tina to shed some light on what's going on at the current state of affairs as far as this coronavirus pandemic. What has happened in the past with 2008 crash, 9/11, what does it look like for us at this point in time?
2008 was years and years of a run-up, and it was a consequence of certain lending practices that had been going on between 2004 and 2007. Real estate takes a very long time to respond to influences like this, and the influence has to go on for a very long time to actually show up in anything like property values, and people changing their desires or their needs or their abilities to buy or sell property. And the fact is that this is a temporary thing. We don't know how temporary, but when it comes to real estate markets, this is a temporary thing. For stock markets now, or rental markets, you're going to have some immediate effects, but that's because those particular markets can respond faster and they can respond on a dime. It just does not happen that way in real estate.
Do you think people are looking at kind of a knee-jerk reaction in terms of, oh my God, you know, the sky's falling, now all of a sudden it's like, I have to dump my house, or, you know, I'm hearing a lot of people panicking in the Airbnb world, and we want to be the voice of reason just to calm things down a little bit so that we can look at this on a broader scale. You know, I'm hearing things anywhere, oh, we could be in this for 3 months or 6 months. What does that look like on the backside of things?
Let's try to take the word panic out of things, okay? I don't think people are panicking. I think people have to make some decisions, though. This is the peak season for tourism. There are some people who operate Airbnbs who may not have the capability to lose 3 months of the peak season and rely on the rest of it and still be able to maintain their payments on that place if they have it leveraged, right? The thing to understand, though, is that they have choices. This doesn't mean that their property value is going to decline. It means that they will now probably take that property out of basically hotel supply is what it is. Now, mind you, our supply levels are already 55% below normal. It's a blessing for us to have that as any kind of supply for housing. This is actually not to be seen as something that will devalue the home. It's something to be seen as, oh yay, if I couldn't get something in the last 6 months because of this craziness of our market, I might be able to get something now, and I might be able to get a rental.
For the Airbnb model, for a lot of these people that are, you know, that's their business model. Right. Should they just take a step, you know, just pause for a moment and say, hold on, let me get a renter in there for the next 12 months versus the model of I'm going to make all my money here for spring break and spring training and things like that.
So for realtors who have been frustrated and they've had renters that were frustrated, this is actually not a bad thing for us. In fact, we've been so out of balance in terms of supply and demand with so little supply and such a high demand. This might be a great way of balancing the market. This does not reduce prices. We were in such a strong seller market. It would take much more. I know it doesn't seem like it, but it would take much more than this pandemic over a 6-month period to stop the trajectory, and not only stop it, but reverse it. The big key between now and 2008 was we had a lot of buyers who did not want to live in the home, had no intention of living in the home, had no intention of selling it to somebody who was going to buy it, who was also not going to live in the home. Now what we have are people who actually do need roofs over their heads. That's not going to change because of this pandemic. The problem what we have now is we have a lot of unknowns, and when the unknowns become known, people start making decisions.
What if they handcuff us and say, you're not allowed to show homes? On our side of the fence, we have to be more creative. They can't stop us from buying and selling, they can just only stop us from actually physically going to the home itself.
We don't know what it's going to look like, but the fact is that a lot of the apocalyptic opinions going on are for people who think that this is a long-term, almost a permanent problem, and it's not a permanent problem.
What are the indicators? Like, what are these little road stops on the way as far as what we need to keep our eyes on? Because once again, there's a lot of white noise out there depending upon what TV channel you turn on. And if you're flipping through social media, you would think, the worst is coming. So for the viewers out there, what would be some of the things you want to pay attention to?
We are watching very closely pendings, which is going to include under contract taking backups, the contingent sales. Those are the things that are changing consistently in the MLS. By the time you're looking at a sales count, you're too late. By the time you're looking at a price, you're too late. Okay, all of the prices, everything that's going to be reported for the next, I'm going to guess, 4 weeks is going to be from prior. So all you hear are all the cancellations. What you don't hear is, oh, my listing went back on the market. My listing went back under contract. And so that's why you watch pendings, because it can come off pending and then go right back in.
If I'm an older seller that kind of falls into the category of, where this virus can be super deadly, I would probably take my home off, the market and hit the pause button for sure, which is completely understandable.
Migration. Obviously, if you can't leave your house, you can't come to Arizona, you can't come see the house. So migration within the luxury market might have to pause. And once these business owners, if they're pulling out of their luxury contracts, once they find out, this happened when we went through the trade wars as well, once they know, when the unknown becomes known, then they can recalibrate and come back into the decision-making process.
We're fortunate enough to be in an area where the weather's gorgeous. We can get outside and hike. We can go for a bike. We can go for a stroll around the block. And I really want people to rethink that. We are not so much in lockdown mode to where we can't go outside our home. We can still do some fun things and get outside and have the sun hit you in the face.
I think that a lot of good things are going to come out of this in terms of how creative we get, creative in our business, creative in selling. One thing I can tell you about the real estate population, realtors are so independent and so creative that it's not like a corporation. This is where realtors learn their salt. It really is. This is why people hire people.
And that's why we wanted to get together with you, because once again, we wanted to shed some light, not only to our fellow realtors that are out there, but our clients and our friends and our family to just be the breath of reasoning. Once again, Tina Tamboer of the Cromford Report has shed some light on our current state of affairs. I hope this was helpful. Please comment, like, share. Please reach out to us if you have any questions. We'll be more than glad to answer them. And for everyone out there, please be safe.
And stay well.
And stay well. And make it a great day.